with our group here today. We are live. Welcome, my friends, to our Success Mastermind for Friday, the 4th of March, 2022. Let me just make sure this machinery is running correct here. Here we go. John Lavenia here with you. It's Formal Friday, first Friday of the month. I'm wearing a tie just for you, Lindsay. Wearing a tie. I'm looking sharp, if I don't say so myself. Yeah. There you go. Anyway, good to see you. We've got our general session here today. Obviously, we also have Be Heard coming up at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. Yesterday, we had some awesome stuff with Adrian Garner, Life and Business Tools. So if you missed that, catch the replay. I'm going to have to catch the replay myself because like today is going to be, yesterday was just total mayhem, nonstop till like 10 p.m. Productive though. That's good. Yeah. And I want to talk with you guys about that here today. It is Fun Friday, so I'm supposed to have a joke on here or a dog or cat show or something. Here comes Missy, so I'm sure she's got something funny to say. But my dogs are all resting. My wife and daughter are out of the house. I've got the door open. Look at this. I've got a breeze coming through. God bless America, baby. Gail's here. Hey, Gail. So maybe I'll think of a joke during our talk today. But what I was thinking of as I was just tuning in, and I saw Catherine here and Lindsay and some of my favorite people in the world. I was thinking of something which might sound like a too simple of an idea. Hi, Daisy, welcome. Perhaps too simple of an idea, but it's keeping along with the theme that we introduced this week a couple of times without even trying to. And that is the theme of surrounding yourself with people who are sympathetic with your purposes. Now, I didn't use those exact words. Okay, but as we've been reading, hopefully you've been reading James Allen's book, The 8 Pillars of Prosperity, which we're going to be concluding on Monday, and then getting into Orrin Claff's classic, maybe not as classic as James Allen, but Pitch Anything. So for anybody looking to sell more and do that more better, that's the book. Read that book. That is one of the top ones that I can recommend. But anyway, we're reading about self-reliance in this 8th pillar and referring to the dictionary often because he uses a lot of big words. But the idea in there, one of the ideas in there was that self-reliance isn't a haughty, was one of the words he used, superciliousness. How often do we use that in modern parlance? Yeah. For that matter, how often do we use the word parlance in modern parlance? But but a supercilious demeanor is not what we're looking for. That means like condescending haughtiness, like I'm better than you, or I'm too cool for school. Okay. So that's not what he means by self-reliance. That would be prideful, and pride comes before the fall. Okay. We can find biblical references to that too. But what he's talking about is a humility, an honest self-appraisal, knowing that you can rely on yourself, and also knowing that you don't know everything. So there's things that you can learn too. Therefore, accept coaching, mentoring, being a part, being a self-reliant person means you're also attracting what? Other self-reliant people. And like we talked about, I think it was yesterday, the idea that here's a powerful group, the component parts of that group are powerful individuals. So this, for me, I wanted to break this down into super simplicity today, because it is Fun Friday. We're going to keep it light. Mandy, you're looking gorgeous. Just wanted to, in case nobody else told you today, let me be the first. There you go. I'm gorgeous too. See, honest self-appraisal. I know that I'm gorgeous, which it takes one to know one. It takes one, right? So that's why I can recognize how gorgeous you are. So it takes one to know one. That was a little childhood, retort when kids would bicker, right? Or I know you are, but what am I? Man, I can't believe that just came out of my mouth. Now I'm thinking of Pee Wee Herman's Great Adventure. You guys remember that? Pee Wee Herman? I know you are, but what am I? All right, back to reality. So, here's the punchline, I guess. I really want people to succeed. I really do. Every single person in this group and the other groups where I do my coaching and consulting work and all this, I have one intention and one overarching intention, and that is for people to excel and to experience whatever they want to experience in life. Now, to be able to have that and not have like ulterior motives and clouded or like covert side agendas and stuff like that, one must be, to a degree, perhaps to a large degree, self-reliant. And how does this show up in each of our lives, in each of our businesses and relationships and the efforts that we're putting forth each day? How does this show up? This shows up in a way that you can, and we've talked about this before, that you can extrovert, that you're not like the rat looking for cheese, right? You're not needy. You're already good. I'm good. All right. How can I help you? Right? How can I be part of the solution in your life? And then we get to impress people with increase, as Wallace Wattles talked about in The Science of Getting Rich, because we're not so introverted or trying to get or coming from lack, right? Or dependent, right? Like Steve Covey talked about at length in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. These are independent people. And because they are independent, they can now be interdependent. We can synergize. That's one of the habits. We can synergize. And which means that 2 + 2 = 5 or 10 or a million or whatever. It's way more than just the sum of the parts, right? We can synergize. We can create empires. We can have successful groups that are of interdependent people because each of us are independent and self-reliant. Sounds too simple, once again, okay? But here's the thing. The flip side of that is, and you see this, you can notice this from people. You ever get a here's someone attempting to convince you of something, and you feel like you're being hard-sold, you're being convinced, you're being perhaps manipulated. When we get into the next book we're going to read, Pitch Anything, you're going to see how you're totally off the rails if that's what you're doing. Okay. Because as the old saying goes, people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. If I genuinely, Gail, if I genuinely have, here's something of benefit that I know you want because you told me, and I say, here, I offer that to you. Is that like a forced kind of a thing or something? No, it's, hey, thanks for solving my problem. Right. That's it. Right. There's nothing clunky or weird or awkward about it. And yet so many people, and I get to observe this in the sales space, okay? But so many people in the sales and marketing space and looking to get a business going and whatever, they are so damn desperate and therefore forceful is how they show up. And are they impressing people with increase? Is that happening? Or is it more like they're dependent on outside circumstances, factors, people for their own sustenance or to indicate to them that they're doing a successful action? So when we talk about self-reliance, we're also talking about relying on ourselves to assume or to adjust our own mindset. In the simplest form, right? We could say self-reliance, in the physical world, right? So here's the I don't know, single cell organism. Here's an amoeba, right? That is relying on, the, whatever the guys, I don't know all the science behind it, the photoplasm, but the amoeba has to get sustenance. Okay. And so it's dependent on the environment. Okay. We've evolved past the amoeba, allegedly. I'm not sure about Lindsay, but the rest of us, right? We've evolved. Okay. So we've got this thing called consciousness, right? So it's not just, great, you're not a vagabond on the street, begging for quarters or something. So that's cool. That's good self-reliance right there in the physical, observable sense. Okay. But above that or behind that, right, that which animates that is psychically, physiologically, spiritually, emotionally, is this person who also has assumed a mindset, a posture, a knowingness. and then can then demonstrate on the physical, plane. Here's self-reliance. Okay. But it's here. And again, this is not like for everybody here in this group, this is not like a new concept that, thought precedes deed. Okay. And that you're not just your body. Okay. But the reminder there is that if I am intending to be an asset in my own life as a self-reliant person, and also an asset to you, then I must get my head straight before I attempt to do that demonstration. Now, that's all by degree. Okay, we could take this to neurotic extremes and say, well, I'm still kind of, I'm not perfect. Therefore, let me not reach because I'm not perfect. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, who said anything about perfect? Missy and I have had this discussion, when reading James Allen, because, he uses some biblical examples, and like, here's this pinnacle of, accomplishment and beingness. And like, can I demonstrate that while doing the John thing? It's lofty, it's pretty lofty. So that doesn't mean condemn ourselves because, we haven't, manifested fish and loaves in the last 24 hours. That's not what we're talking about. Okay. What we're talking about is honest self-appraisal, in which case you can just by being conscious of your own, I'm going sideways right now. I've got a problem and I'm pissed off and angry and anxious and upset, grief, sorrow, whatever. Just by being able to confront that and look at it, you've taken exponentially more responsibility for it than the person who now needs your sympathy or something, or needs you to come and fix their life for them. So let's acknowledge that just by virtue of the fact that you can take a step back and you could say, look, I'm going sideways. That's some stinking thinking right there. Well done. I remember, was it reading, which book was it? Yeah, believe it or not, I think it was The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Anybody ever read Eckhart Tolle? Better yet, anybody ever listened to Eckhart Tolle? You ever listened to him read his own book? Oh my goodness. Gail, if you're experiencing insomnia, like if you can't sleep, just put on Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now, and you're going to be out like that. I mean, this guy's voice, he'll just knock you out. You guys haven't heard it. I don't know. You can probably find it on YouTube or something. Oh my goodness. It'll take you like 6 months to get through that audiobook because you'll just be. What was I talking about? Yeah. Anyway, I think it was Eckhart Tolle. It was talking about being in the now, right? The power of now, present time, right? Not projecting thoughts here and there, whatever. And he gave the idea that as soon as you recognize that you're not in present time, then you are, right? So as soon as I can recognize that I am, here's some stinking thinking or whatever, well, now I'm cause over it. Now I'm observing it. Now I'm the observer. Now I'm here now, and I'm looking at the thoughts rather than just being consumed by them. So a little bit of separation. And in fact, we got a lot of people here who you've studied or practiced silence, meditation, quiet time, contemplation. There's many different, forms or practices of that, but essentially sitting there and watching your own thoughts, which we do on a daily basis. We have little mini meditations throughout the day. You take a breather, sit and think, all right, what am I going to do? All right, well, that's a meditative experience. It is, right? Or just clearing your mind because you're doing something totally objective, like raking the leaves or something. It's very therapeutic, right? In fact, we just fired our landscaper. Anybody know a good landscaper here in the Tampa Bay area? This guy, anyway, I'm not going to get into it right now. But I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to go hire another landscaper. And then I was thinking, you know what? I don't get outside enough. I was just on HomeDepot.com. They got these cordless lawnmowers. Right? You got the battery operated. You don't even need gasoline anymore. And they're pretty powerful. They work. $300, $400. I was paying this clown $150 a month to do crappy work. Crappy. So I'll get a lawnmower. Me and my daughter could go out there and tear the shit out of the lawn. I don't know. We'll see. But but that's therapeutic, right? I'm not thinking, I mean, I'm thinking, all right, set the height on the lawnmower and, don't put your hand on it. I mean, common sense kind of stuff, but it's rocks and grass and meat and it's not subjective. It's objective and it's therapeutic, right? So that's a meditative experience. In fact, there is one of the guys I've got a picture of somewhere, the guy up there, his name was Muktananda. He was a great Swami, like a monk, guru, in the Hindu lineage. And he said, everything is meditation. Everything. Now, to whatever degree you're aware of it, So here's the point. Here's the point that I think I'm making, is that as soon as you become conscious to a degree higher than you were before, of actually observing who's showing up, who's doing this, who's going sideways right now, who's got all these stories that they're running, who's not in present time. Now you just advanced. And you can retreat again, and we do all day, advance, retreat, and I guess this is why some people, go to India and sit in a cave and eat bugs and whatever, because it's like they want enough of a distance between the doingness and the thinkingness. You can't accomplish anything there, at least in the physical world. You could probably get some interesting ideas, but the work happens here, in the world. The work happens in society. The work happens in your business. So what I'm thinking is that we could all do is acknowledge ourselves a little bit today, just like I acknowledged Missy and Catherine and Gail and Mandy and Lindsay, and I'm going to acknowledge Giovanna right now, who I think is awesome. Hi, Giovanna. We need to talk today. We got work to do. Daisy is awesome. Virginia's driving awesomely. Edward's awesome. He's here, even though I haven't heard a word from Edward in months. I know he's lurking in the weeds, and I love you, Edward. Okay. So how about some self-acknowledgement? Is that conceit, or is that superciliousness that James Allen was talking about? No. I believe that self-love, in other words, humility, right? Getting in resonance with yourself, is a prerequisite to actually being able to impress others with increase. And if you're not doing that, well, what are you doing? Right? Rat looking for cheese, trying to get. In my business talks, and we've got them here in the mastermind group in your members site. You can go into special events, which we haven't done one in a while. I've got one percolating in me. I think Oren Clav is going to bring something out of me here. I think when we get into this next book, we're also going to do some sales workshops, which I think are going to be really useful for everyone. But one of the things that I train on a lot, because of the simplicity of it and how easy it is to digest for even the newcomer to sales, marketing, and business, would be the balance, or the deliberate imbalance, of intention and attachment. Lindsay and I have discussed this plenty of times. Many of you have heard me talk about this, where we have maximum intention. We intend to deliver benefits, to reach goals, to help you reach your goals, to enhance your life, to deliver whatever the benefits are, to solve your problem, which is why you're interested in buying this thing, whatever the offer is, right? So I intend to do that. In fact, once I know that, wow, I've got solutions for people, well, now it's my moral obligation to promulgate that, to disseminate, to put out forth into the world, right? To sell. It's my moral obligation. I'm just not attached to whether or not you accept my offer. I mean, look, there have been plenty of times where the solution was right in my face and I didn't reach for it. No amount of convincing. What's the old saying? A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Okay. So back to the idea I started our talk with today. Did you ever feel like someone was trying to force you into something? People love to buy, they hate to be sold. Okay. So I've had that experience too. Now, was it me? Well, certainly I had some responsibility for that. Okay. Not accepting solutions in my life, right? Could have been a personal timing thing, or who was the messenger? Who was pitching it? People buy from people they know, like, and trust. Question for everyone here. Can I trust you? Well, again, that's honest self-appraisal, right? I just asked you to be humble. And if you nodded your head yes, well, very good. What are you selling today? Right? Maybe I need something. Okay. Now, the fact that you could nod your head yes, and hopefully you did, I think is an indicator that you're what? That you know that you're an on-purpose person to a higher degree. I'm not saying you've arrived, but to a higher degree than the person who's completely friggin' unconscious, watching 5 hours of Netflix a day and just, hoping that some outside entity or government or whatever or corporation is going to do something for them that they're not willing to do for themselves, or their wife or their husband or their kid or the Bob down the street, right? It's never them. It's never them. Not self-reliant. Outer directed people. So with that idea, that you're somebody that I would like to buy from, okay, I'd be willing to hear your offer, right? Now, and if it's not something that I'm interested in at this time, well, then I'm not buying it. Okay, there's nothing personal. See, non-attachment. You're already okay. You see what I just demonstrated? I just asked you if you like you, basically, and you said yes. Hopefully you did. And then the fact that I may not have bought whatever your offer was in this moment, by the way, no means not now. Okay. But the fact that I didn't buy your offer in this moment doesn't mean that now I don't like you anymore or anything like that. So this is the non-attachment piece. This is where we could see the major difference between refusal and rejection. Rejection's personal. That's a choice. Refusal, well, I mean, anybody in sales, you've had tons of refusal, right? No, okay, great. That means not now, right? We'll follow up. We'll have this conversation again because my intention doesn't wane. And the fact that you can't see the merits of this offer at this moment, well, back to Eckhart Tolle, the power of now, and now, and now. There's going to be more nows. We'll have another conversation another time, right? So that is the consistent application of everything we've been talking about: self-reliance, humility, intention, and the consistent relieving yourself of attachment. We can go down this rabbit hole a lot further, but I'm going to keep it brief for today. I think the topic is, my goodness, I don't know what the topic is. Maybe that's the whole point of Fun Friday, right? Is we just wing it. Anyway, I'd love to hear from you guys. If something is percolating in you, you can go in any direction you want with this. Please come on out. We've got a intimate group here today. No need to raise hands. Just unmute your microphone. Come on out and share whatever's on your mind. Missy.
They wouldn't let me talk in shop talk today, but that's okay. It is so exciting to me because I finally reached that place of not feeling rejected when they say no. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And I got this lady the other day who literally said to me, "I'm afraid to change." And I said, well, okay. What if I called you in a month? Maybe you'll be less afraid. She goes, okay. She said, okay, that's a good idea. Maybe I get. So I'm learning many different ways to get around their nose and keep them on the calendar. And I find that very exciting. And I don't care if they don't show up anymore. One guy didn't show up twice. He's still calling me for an appointment. It's probably because I'm not feeling rejected by it. If I was rejected, that energy would go out there and he wouldn't call me back. So I don't care. Let them, now they're chasing me. So it's a really great feeling.
Yeah.
And, there's always more. I'm a bit of a rat chasing the cheese. I'm not chasing it, but I'm looking for the cheese, but it's coming my way.
You're a nice rat.
I'm a nice rat. I'm a railroad rat. That's what we had in Long Island City. Railroad.
Oh, wow. Good stuff. Missy, and I know I lavish praise on you and all this, but the transformation is remarkable. I remember, and some people don't know what actions that you're referring to with, these customers you're working with and all this, but I remember when we first had the conversation about the possibility of you participating with us,
Pride.
and you were like, "Oh, I don't know anybody. Oh, I can't." Right? And so I was like, "Relax, relax. You're very able, very able. Okay, so if you don't see it, I see it." And sure enough, here she is, Missy Meyer, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah. Plus, you've got some great allies, like some great friggin' allies, and some of them are in this room right now.
One of them is looking at me right now.
That's right.
Just go ahead. Just go. You could do it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. What was it, Bob Newhart? Stop it.
Stop it.
Good times. Good times. Anybody else, please come on out. Right. Maybe I'll pull up the Bob Newhart thing real quick while somebody else is talking. Hopefully somebody else is talking. We got Catherine here, Daisy, Edward. We got Virginia. Hey, Virginia, you driving?
I'm driving, yes. I'm still getting ready to get down to my temporary 3-month assignment. I'll be going to Albuquerque March 12th for 3 months. So I may be missing these morning calls, but I'll see you in the evening. So I love that Bob Newhart one. I actually had sent it to Misty one time. Hysterical. I can't remember if it was Stewart or someone. Speaking of which, I will be close to Stewart. I'll be like an hour and a half away from Stewart Wild.
Oh, wow.
We'll be getting together with him and his wife, Leah rather. And so, yeah, just, things are going good. It's sometimes when you're not expecting and you're not chasing the cheese that you do say, then the cheese comes to you, from different directions. And I've been having a lot of that happen in February and now in March. That's wonderful on there. So just think about you're pulling that up. I have a suggestion too for book club. It's the gap in the gain, and it's about your attitude and how you're being able to put a positive spin on things and look at what the gain was and not just the gap of what didn't go right or whatever. Well, what did go right?
Yeah, I saw you mention that in a chat somewhere.
A chat.
So,
yeah, maybe we could put that on book club.
Sure.
For down the road, but I'm very impressed with it.
Okay.
So far.
I haven't read it, so yeah, we can go down that road after Pitch Anything, which I think you're going to find very interesting. So thank you, Virginia.
Okay.
Drive safe, my friend. Hey, you guys want to see this video? You want to do this since we got a few minutes and I don't see any hands, or you want to do that? Can I get a nod or a no?
Yes, it's hysterical.
All right, so here we go. Bob Newhart. This was a Saturday Night Live skit from some decades ago. Here we go.
Dr. Switzer?
Yes, come in. I'm just washing my hands.
I'm Catherine Bigman. Janet Carlisle referred me.
Oh, yes. Fear of being buried alive in a box.
Yes, that's me. Should I lay down?
Oh, no. We don't do that anymore. Just have a seat. And let me tell you a bit about our billing. I charge $5 for the first 5 minutes. And then absolutely nothing after that. How does that sound?
That sounds great. Too good to be true, as a matter of fact.
Well, I can almost guarantee you that our session won't last the full 5 minutes. Now, we don't do any insurance billing, so you would either have to pay in cash or by check.
Wow. Okay.
And I don't make change.
All right.
And go.
Go.
Well,
What?
tell me about the problem that you wish to address.
Oh, okay. Well, I have this fear of being buried alive in a box. I start thinking about being buried alive and I begin to panic.
Has anyone ever tried to bury you alive in a box?
No, but truly thinking about it does make my life horrible. I mean, I can't go through tunnels or be in an elevator or in a house, anything boxy.
So what you're saying is you're claustrophobic.
Yes, that's it.
All right, well, let's go, Catherine. I'm going to say 2 words to you right now. I want you to listen to them very, very carefully. Then I want you to take them out of the office with you and incorporate them into your life.
Well, shall I write them down?
Well, if it makes you comfortable, it's just 2 words. We find most people can remember them.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, here they are. Stop it!
I'm sorry?
Stop it!
Stop it?
Yes, S-T-O-P, new word, I-T.
So, what are you saying?
You know, it's funny. I say 2 simple words, and I cannot tell you the amount of people who say exactly the same thing you're saying. I mean, this is not Yiddish, Catherine. This is English. Stop it.
So, I should just stop it.
There you go. I mean, you don't want to go through life being scared of being buried alive in a box, do you? I mean, that sounds frightening.
It is.
Then stop it.
I can't. I mean, it's been with me since childhood.
No, we don't go there. Just stop it.
So I should just stop being afraid of being buried alive in a box.
You got it. Good go. Well, it's only been 3 minutes, so that will be $3.
Actually, I only have a 5, so
Well, I don't make change.
then I guess I'll take the full 5 minutes.
Fine. All right. Well, what other problems would you like to address?
I'm bulimic. I stick my fingers down my throat.
Stop it! Nut of some kind? Don't do that.
But I'm compelled to. My mom used to call me fatty.
No, we don't go there.
But I've been having this dream.
No, we don't go there either.
But my horoscope did say.
We definitely don't go there. Just stop it. What else?
Well, I have self-destructive relationships with men.
Stop it! You want to be with a man, don't you?
Yes.
Well, then stop it. Don't be such a big baby.
I wash my hands a lot.
That's all right.
It is?
I wash my hands all the time. There's a lot of germs out there. Yeah, don't worry about that one.
I'm afraid to drive.
Well, stop it! How are you going to get around? Get in the car and drive, you kook. Stop it!
You stop it! You stop it!
What's the problem, Catherine?
I don't like this. I don't like this therapy at all. You're just telling me to stop it.
And you don't like that.
No, I don't.
So you think we're moving too fast? Is that it?
Yes. Yes, I do.
All right, then let me give you 10 words that I think will clear everything up for you. You want to get a pad and a pencil for this one?
All right.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. All right, here are the 10 words. Stop it or I'll bury you alive in a box!
All right, there's that. Did you guys enjoy that? It was a classic.
It is classic.
Yeah. Thank you, Virginia. What are you in a parking garage? It looks
Makes
dark.
me
where you-
laugh. I am. I pulled into my garage. I'm home now. I love that every time I see it. And sometimes it's so true. I mean, there's so many things that if we just don't let our mind do it anymore, and we just tell our mind, okay, stop it. just, and it kind of will go away.
Yeah.
On there.
Well,
Not
obviously,
everything, maybe, but a lot of things.
well, there's more to it. And this was comedy, right? This was an actual therapy, but the, in case that wasn't obvious, but the idea that we could actually confront, these thoughts, right? Rather than just being habitual with it and saying, well, all right, what if I thought something else? Right? What if instead of me being rejected or feeling rejected by, the person who refused my offer or the person who was rude to me? I mean, what does it reveal? Does it reveal something about me that they were rude or whatever? No, it reveals something about them. And this is where I guess back to the whole idea of, I know you are, but what am I? Or it takes one to know one or whatever. We're kids, right? My daughter just experienced the other day. Here was this girl being mean to her. And I was like, that reveals nothing about you, Trinity, nothing. It says a lot about them, for what it's worth. So yeah. And she's starting to get it. Right. And as adults, I think we need to get it too. So thank you, Virginia.
T. Harv Eker
Mhm.
in The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind says to tell your thoughts and tell your brain, thanks for sharing,
Mhm.
and move on.
Yeah, that would be his version of stop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. All right, everyone. Any other thoughts before we wrap up? We're going to get together again at 6. Anybody who wants to talk with me about whatever you want to talk about, I'm going to be here at 6 p.m. Eastern. I do want to acknowledge everyone who's participated this week. It's been some great content. Mandy, thank you for Books for Britain. And Adrian's not here, but thank you, Adrian, for all you do. Glenn, Ivier, got an all-star cast over here. I know Emma was around yesterday as well for the Life and Business Tools. So thank you, Emma. All right, guys, then we'll go ahead and wrap up. I'll see you back here at 6. Let's make it an awesome day. I got so much going on. Hopefully you do too. All right. And